Hi guys, welcome back. So guys, from last few videos we have been learning forms in HTML and a different lot of concepts on that. So I thought it will be a good idea to have a nice exercise on that what we have learned so far. So guys, in today's video we are going to perform an exercise in which we are going to create one feedback form of ours, okay, and it will contain few fields like our name, email, our gender, country, feedback, and then this terms and condition checkbox, and finally the submit button. In this form, few of the fields will be required or mandatory to fill, otherwise your form will not get submitted. And when we click on the submit button, it should redirect us to a new page which should say something like this: that's thanks for your feedback, your response has been submitted successfully. So guys, I first of all recommend you that without watching the solution, try to solve it or create it on your own, and if you can't do, like, make sure to watch the solution. Okay guys, I have created this exercise 3.txt for, like, just in case if you need instructions how can you build your UI. So make sure to check the link in the description. You can see this exercise 3.txt. you can follow along this according to this file, and you will get to know how can you create one by one fields. Okay, now let's create the solution for it. For that, I'm going to create a new file called as tute15.html. okay, in this we are going to write our solution code. So as a first step, what I will write is I will write my boilerplate code, and then I will write here title as feedback form, then again h1 which will say feedback form, saving it, and then I will run it with open with live server. Okay, let me open side by side so we can see the changes in real time. Okay, so as a first step, let's create a name field. Okay, so in order to create a name field, I will need to have a label which will say name. Okay, and then what I will do is I will have an input, okay, of type text. Now there are few things that I need to put, like ID, in order to make the relation between the name and the input. So I will give name in both the places. When I click on this name, it gets enabled. Okay, next thing that we want to give is required. Okay, we have to make this as required so that it is a mandatory field. Okay, then I will add 2 line breaks, saving it. Let's create a new field which will say email. So again I will create a label and it will say email, and then I'll create one input for email, and then I will give for an ID, so it will say email, and here also it will say email, saving it. So far it is looking good. Now I am giving one name attribute also to this one, so that when we submit the data it will be used for that purpose. So name for this previous one was name itself, right? Saving this much, and if you want you can even add the placeholders, something like this. Enter your name. Now moving on to the next one. Before that, I'll make this one also as required. Okay, saving it. Next field that we want to create is gender, which will be of type radio. Okay, so let me create first of all 2 line breaks, and then so let's create the next field which will be gender in our case. So what I will do is, first of all, I'll create a label which will say gender. I don't need for, so I'm removing it, and gender, saving it. Now I need to create 3 genders. For that I'll create 3 inputs. Okay, and the types of the input should be radio buttons. Okay, so instead of text I will remove text and put radio. So we got 3 radio buttons. Now I need 3 labels. Okay, first is for male, second is for female, and third is for other. Now let's add some important attributes. First of all, let's make the connection between input and label. For that I will write, in the input I'll add a ID which will say male here, and then in the for section also I'll add male. So now what will happen when I click on this male text, this will get enabled. Okay, the same I will do for female and other also. So I have added ID and for all the 3. Now if you notice that when I am clicking, all 3s are getting enabled at the same time. So in order to get rid of that, I will add a name attribute to all of them. So name for this one, and this will say gender, and this one I will add for all 3 of them. So now if you see, when I click female and then when I try to click something else, only one is getting updated at a time. Okay, now let's add one more attribute which is value. Okay, so when we update the value, it will get updated in the URL, right? So value I will add it as male, and in the other ones I will add it as female and other. So guys, we have successfully created this gender field. Okay, now everything is working properly. Let's see what is the next field that we want to create. We need to create a drop down, okay, which will be country type. Okay, so for that I will create first of all one line break, and then we will move on to the next line. So I am adding the line breaks, and then we will create one label which will be country. Okay, now I need a drop down over here. So for that I will use select, and select will have different options. I will have 3 options for now. The first option should say India, then next one we will write Sweden, and then next one I will write USA. Let's update the attributes accordingly. So for here we will say country, and the same will go in the ID part also, and the name should be country, and the value should be the codes or like the full name of the country you can give. Okay, so I'm giving IN, SE, and then US, saving this much. Okay, so now our drop down is also ready. Let's move on to the next type of field, which is feedback. So this is a type of text area. Let me add line breaks quickly, and then I'll create a label which should say feedback, and then I'll create a text area. Okay, now again I'll add the for and ID, saving this much, and I want the feedback box to be on the next line, so I'll add a line break. Okay, now the feedback box is on like next line. What we want to add is few attributes to it. Okay, so the name should be like feedback, and then we can add rows and columns also. So maybe like rows, and I want 4 rows, and columns to be like 40 columns. This will increase the size of the feedback, this text area. Okay, and I can also write some basic text like enter your feedback here, dot dot dot, saved it. Okay, so this will be acting like a placeholder. Let's see what is the next that we want to create. We want a checkbox and this text, okay, to be displaying over here. For that, let me create a checkbox first of all. Let me give line breaks and then checkbox. So in order to create a checkbox, I will do input and then checkbox. Okay, after that I need a label which will say I'll copy this text itself. I agree to the terms and conditions. Okay, now again ID and for I'll give the things. Now finally we will create a button. We will create an input button. Type will be submit. Saving it. So we got a button. Okay, now the UI is completely ready. Now what we will do is we will first of all update that. As soon as I hit submit, this form should get submitted. Okay, and then the data should be like, data will not display, basically it is a backend part. What we will do, we will show another page which will say that your data is submitted successfully. Okay, before that I'll make this checkbox thing mandatory, because usually this checkbox thing is mandatory on a actual page. So in order to make it mandatory, I'll go to this input and add required. Okay, saving it. Now let's do one thing. We'll add method and actions, okay, to our form. Basically we have not added a form tag itself till now. So what I will do is, as a first step, I'll create a form tag. Okay, and then whatever we have written the code so far, I will put all of that inside this form tag. Okay, because see, when we are writing a form, it should be under a form tag, then only the submission and all will work properly. Okay, saving it, and let me even format it so it will look proper. Okay, let's see now. So we have got this form. Now in the actions, what I will write is, I will write a file called as submit.html. So till now this form does this file does not exist. We will create this file, and I will write the method as get as of now. Okay, so that we can even see the data in the URL. So let me first, as a first step, let me create this file which will be called as submit.html. So I have created this file. and let's add the basic code in this file. So yeah, let's try to run if it is working fine or is it breaking at some point. So first of all, I'm adding my name, then I'm going to add my email ID. Okay, then I'm going to add the gender and then the country. Then I'm going to write some feedback. Okay, something like very good. And then I'm going to accept the term, and then I'm going to click on save. As soon as I hit save, you can see thanks for your feedback. The response has been submitted successfully. The submit.html page got updated, and in the title also you can see the thanks for feedback text. Now one thing to note, see whatever the data that we have entered in our form, like name equals to Rahul, email is whatever we have entered, and then your gender, your country, feedback, everything is getting displayed. Okay, because we have set the method as get in our case. Okay, and even you can see the terms, the checkbox is on, so that's why the value is showing is on. So guys, I hope that you found this video helpful and you have learned something valuable from it. Make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video.